The Master Huineng taught the assembly, "Good friends, this Dharma gate of mine takes concentration and wisdom as its root. Do not mistakenly think that concentration and wisdom are separate. Concentration and wisdom are one body, not two. Concentration is the substance of wisdom. Wisdom is the function of concentration. At the moment wisdom arises, concentration is within that wisdom. At the moment you enter concentration, wisdom is within that concentration. If you understand this, you cultivate concentration and wisdom in equal measure. So all of you who study the Buddha path, do not say, first concentration, then wisdom can arise, or first wisdom, then one can enter concentration. Such talk makes a distinction. To hold such a view is to make the Dharma have two forms. Though the mouth speaks good words, the mind holds no good thought. One merely has the names of concentration and wisdom, yet cannot hold them in equal measure. If mind and mouth are both good, inner and outer are one and the same, then concentration and wisdom are in balance. Self-awakening and self-cultivation do not lie in argument. If you argue about which comes first, you are like a deluded person. If you cannot cut off the mind that seeks to win, you will only strengthen attachment to self and to dharmas, and will not be able to leave behind the four attachments: to self, to others, to beings, and to a lifespan. Good friends, what are concentration and wisdom like? They are like a lamp and its light. With a lamp there is light. Without a lamp there is darkness. The lamp is the substance of the light. The light is the function of the lamp. Though the names are two, in substance they are originally one. Concentration and wisdom are just so. The Master Huineng taught the assembly, "Good friends, the samadhi of single practice means that in all places, whether walking, standing, sitting, or lying down, the mind's conduct is always even and upright." The Vimalakirti Sutra says, "The upright mind is the place of awakening. The upright mind is the Pure Land." Do not, with your mouth alone, speak of uprightness while your mind is fawning and crooked. Do not speak of the samadhi of single practice while your conduct is not upright. Only make your conduct even and upright, and do not cling to any dharma. The foolish and deluded cling to the forms of dharmas and cling to the samadhi of single practice, saying, to sit still and unmoving all the time, giving rise to no deluded or scattered thoughts. This is the samadhi of single practice. To hold such a view is to be like insentient wood and stone. In truth, it is a cause that obstructs the way. Good friends, the way must flow freely. Why instead bring about obstruction? When the mind does not cling to the forms of dharmas, the way flows freely. When the mind clings to the forms of dharmas, this is called binding oneself. If sitting still and unmoving were the samadhi of single practice, then Shariputra, sitting in stillness in the forest, would not have been rebuked by Vimalakirti. Good friends, there are also those who teach people to sit still, watching over their own mind, contemplating stillness, the body unmoving and no thought arising, and to make their effort from this. The foolish and deluded, not understanding the great meaning of the Dharma, cling to this and turn it upside down. People like this are many. To teach others in this way is a great error. The Master Huineng taught the assembly, "Good friends, the true teaching is originally without the distinction of sudden and gradual. It is only that people's capacities differ in being sharp or dull. The foolish and deluded cultivate step by step. The awakened realize it all at once. But once you recognize your own original mind and see your own original nature, there is no difference. So the provisional names sudden and gradual are set up. Good friends, since the patriarchs of former generations, this Dharma gate of mine has first established no thought as its principle, no form as its substance, and non-abiding as its root. No form means to be amid all forms, yet apart from all forms. No thought means to have thought, yet not cling to thought. Non-abiding is the original self-nature of all people, toward the good and evil, beautiful and ugly of the world, even toward enemies and dear kin, and in times of offense, mockery and speech, bullying, or strife, regard all alike as empty, illusory forms, and do not think of repaying harm. In thought after thought, do not dwell upon states that have passed. If the previous thought, the present thought, and the following thought go on without break, this is called bondage. To not abide in anything, thought after thought, amid all dharmas, this is to be without bondage. This is taking non-abiding as the root. Good friends, to be outwardly apart from all forms is called no form. When you can be apart from all forms, the Dharma substance of self-nature is naturally pure. This is taking no form as a substance. Good friends amid all states, when the mind is not stained by outer states, this is called no thought. Upon your own thoughts, always stay apart from all outer states. Do not let the mind stir and give rise to thoughts upon states. But if you cling to thinking of nothing at all and cut off thought entirely, then with the cutting off of a single thought you die, and you must still go elsewhere to be reborn and to turn in the round of rebirth. This is a great error. Those who study the way should reflect well on this. If you do not understand the great meaning of the Dharma, it is bad enough that you err yourself, but you also mislead others, and deluded and unable to see the truth yourself, you go on to slander the Buddhist scriptures. So we establish no thought as the principle. Good friends, why establish no thought as the principle? Only because there are those who, with their mouths speak of seeing their nature, yet whose minds are still deluded, still giving rise to thoughts upon outer states. With such thoughts, wrong views arise, and from this all dust toil and deluded imagination is born. In the Bodhi self-nature, there is not a single dharma to be gained. If you think there is something to be gained, and falsely speak of fortune and misfortune, this is dust toil and wrong view. So this Dharma gate establishes no thought as the principle. Good friends, in no, what is the thing that is absent? In thought, what is the thing that is thought of? No means without the forms of distinction, without the mind of all deluded views and dust toil. Thought means to be mindful of the true suchness of self-nature. True suchness is the substance of thought. Thought is the function of true suchness. The true suchness of self-nature can give rise to thought. It is not the eyes, ears, nose, and tongue that can think. Because true suchness has its own nature, it can give rise to thought according to conditions. If true suchness had no nature, then sights for the eyes and sounds for the ears would at once vanish and scatter. Good friends, when the true suchness of self-nature gives rise to thought according to conditions, the 6 sense faculties see, hear, perceive, and know. Yet the true suchness of self-nature is not stained by the 10,000 states and is forever at ease. So the Vimalakirti Sutra says, well able to distinguish all the forms of dharmas, yet unmoving as suchness in the first principle.